Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to my channel. Today, we're going to be doing a tier list on the Vampire Diaries characters. Vampire Diaries, another top tier elite show. One of my favorites, honestly. And yeah, I mean, there's nothing else really to say. Let's just get into this. So to start off with the tiers, we've got Eternal Stud. I didn't come up with these titles. Epic. Hello, brother. You are okay. Lock you in the tombstone and go to the other side. Basically saying die. Alright, so starting off strong here with a Lark. This one's a tough one because he started off really cool, but then over time he kind of fell off. I don't know. He was always like a big part of it, but I'm talking about in terms of like ability. You know, I think Hello Brother. He's still cool, right? He's one of the cooler people, but I mean like he kind of just oh man, towards like the later seasons, I just didn't like him. I think a lot of us didn't like him. Yeah. All right, next up here we've got an early one. Wouldn't you? I think she's okay. I did like her with Jeremy. Um, a little too obsessed with her mother. I mean, like, I get that she loved her and stuff, but it was like, ew. I don't know. I don't know. She was just okay. She's okay. She wasn't too bad. She wasn't too good. She was only there for what the first two seasons. Maybe it wasn't even just the first season. A little bit in the second season as like a ghost or whatever. But yeah, just okay. I think you're okay too. Again, another character that was kind of cool. Not too great, not too bad. Just kind of there, honestly. All right, next we've got the legend herself, Bonnie. Come on, Eternal Stud, which is basically just saying S tier. Oh yeah, I mean Bonnie. I mean, like, let's be honest, she was always like one of the most powerful people around, but she was always getting hurt, which sucked. I mean, come on, Bonnie deserved the world, but she kept getting let down by like everything around her. We all feel bad for Bonnie. Let's just be honest. We all wish she had a better, happier ending. But right, next we've got Mama Lockwood. Lock in a tombstone? Or was she just? I mean, I don't know. She kind of sucked. You know? I mean, she was there in the early season, but did she really provide anything? No. I mean, yeah, just lock her in a tombstone. Screw it. Why not? All right, next up, we've got Caroline Forbes. I mean, come on. She's right up there with Bonnie. Let's just be honest. Season one, Caroline, horrible. Right? Hated her guts. I think everybody hated her guts. She was the worst. Then by the end of it, she was arguably the best. I mean, she was awesome. One of the coolest people over the course of the seasons. Someone who actually had an upwards trajectory, like Elena, who sucked. Get into that later. But no, yeah, I mean, Caroline was great. She was great. She deserved Stefan. Didn't exactly love them together. I liked her with Klaus. But she just deserved to be happy, to be honest. She was great. Right back off of Caroline, we got her dad. Uh, Sucked. I mean, come on. When your first impression of this guy is that he's trying to what? Well, he like locked up Caroline in like a thing and tried to make her not feed on blood, even though she wasn't at the time. I don't know. He was bad vibes, man. It was like especially early on, shows up in one episode, locks up Caroline. Everyone hates him. I hate him. You hate him. We all hate him. Let's just move on to this next guy, who is so controversial. Where do we put Damon? I mean, we gotta put him somewhere high. Maybe epic. I don't know. It's tough. I don't think I can put him at the top because he did piss me off so much. I mean, I think he pissed everyone off so much. But then, obviously, even when he was the bad guy, you would love to hate him. It was one of those. That's tough. Damon's tough. I don't think you can put him here because of the amount of times he would piss you off. I mean, every time it's like, you know, him and Elena are fighting. Okay, let me go kill someone. Like, dude, chill. So I think that stops him from getting to the top, but I don't think you could put him any lower than that because, come on, it's Damon, right? No matter how many times he pisses you off, you're gonna have a soft spot for him. But now here's someone who I can put down, right? Just me. I know you're thinking it too. Screw Elena. I hate her. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I mean, early on, even early on, actually, she wasn't even that great. I mean, she was basically a human who was like thinking that she was stronger or like smarter than all these other vampires and always trying to make sure that she's the one in charge and making all the plans and stuff. It's like, come on, what are you doing? What are you doing? And then to go from one brother to the other, come on. That was just so not cool of her. I mean, I don't really blame Damon. I mean, he just fell in love with her. But her to go from falling in love from one brother to the other brother and like constantly being the source of their unhappiness, but also their happiness. I hated her. I don't know. She wasn't my favorite character. I'll be honest. She was a big part of everything, which is why she's not at the bottom, I guess. But I hated her. I don't know. Was that just me? Am I crazy for saying that? I don't know. I feel like a lot of people might agree. And was this? Is this Elijah? Ooh, Elijah's an eternal stud. He's cool, man. He's cool. He was always someone who was honest, and his whole nobility thing kind of made sure that he was just a cool guy. He wasn't like a particular bad guy. His only fault was that how much he loved Klaus, because that would lead to him kind of being a dick sometimes. But for the most part, I mean, he was awesome, super powerful, super strong. The only reason Klaus ever became likable, honestly, and even like I should probably just base this off of just the Vampire Diaries, not the originals. That'll probably be its own separate thing. But even based off of just the Vampire Diaries, he was still cool, right? Like again, his only fault was how much he loved Klaus. And honestly, other than that, he was top tier. He really was. Mm, no, I lied. He was epic. I can't put him on the level as these two. If we're just taking into account the Vampire Diaries, to be honest, I mean he was still great. I loved him as a character. He was cool overall, but I can't put him on the level as those two, to be honest. All right. Mama Michelson. Mikey in the Tombstone. I mean, she's just overall not a great mother. I mean, she was the original witch, which was kind of cool, but she kind of sucked. Kind of want to say this, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. I mean, yeah, she wasn't great. She wasn't great. Yeah, she wasn't great. Screw it. Let's put her at the bottom. What are we giving her sympathy points for? You know what I'm saying? Screw her. Who cares? Is that Cole? Yo, I can't even tell. I'm just gonna say you're okay because I think not Cole. Finn. I was talking about Finn. I think that's Finn, but I can't really tell. You know what? Let's just go off of the assumption that he's Finn, and I'm gonna put him here. He's just total buzzkill. Hated everyone. Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't really think there's too much to say about him. I mean, he wasn't really a big part of it. He was just kind of the other brother. And yeah, I mean, just lock him in Tombstone. See, if we're talking originals, right? She's up here. She's top tier. But if we're only talking about her involvement in the Vampire Diaries, then she's just okay. I mean, she was just there. She was just not a werewolf at the time. All she really did was sleep with Klaus. That was like her total impact on the Vampire Diaries. So, I mean, I can't really. Again, if we're taking into account original, she's up here. But I think taking into account just the Vampire Diaries and her role on there, I think she's just okay. Isabel, die. I mean, yeah. I mean, what was she there for? Piss us all off. Let's be honest. She sucked. I didn't like her. I don't think anybody liked her. Moving on. Honestly, just quick. Jenna. Oh, Jenna. I think she's right next to Rick. I mean, she was cool. She was great, but she didn't last very long. I think if she lasted longer, I think she would have been up here, honestly, because there was nothing wrong with her. I mean, she was pretty cool. I mean, she was just short lived, you know. I guess Elijah was too, but I mean he was more involved with stuff, whereas she didn't really know what was going on until like the end of her life. So that's why she gets a little bit of a knock. But she was cool. All right, moving on to Jeremy then. Here, probably. I don't know. Jeremy was cool. I think he's kind of like big, not in terms of that he fell off, but in terms of he had his moments where he was really cool and he had his moments where he was not so cool. So I think this is pretty fair for Jeremy. Oh yeah, I think that's pretty fair for Jeremy. I mean, he had his moments where he would piss us all off. Let's be honest. And then you've got this son of. I mean, come on. He like he ended off on a good note, I guess. Good for you. But he just overall sucked. I mean, just so hateful and negative, and these two, honestly, they deserve each other. They both sucked. Mm, was she okay? I don't know. I think she might have been okay. I mean, you can understand where she's coming from, right? And she was never one of those wolves who like was super like crazy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's really too much to say about her. I mean, she was really just she was trying to look out for Tyler and stuff. So she was okay, right? And I mean, like the idea of these two being on the same level, Haley and her, but like that kind of like sucks. We're just taking into account just the Vampire Diaries, right? No, nothing about the originals, just the Vampire Diaries. All right, next up we've got Katarina. So Catherine was honestly, she's up here, no? I think she was pretty epic. I mean, maybe not as a person, but as a character, I thought she was fantastic. I mean, she was always just a thorn in everyone's side. She was always just around. And I don't know, I thought she was great, honestly. For who she was and who she was supposed to be, I thought she was fantastic, honestly. She was great. Ooh, uh, this is the toughest one because honestly, Originals Klaus, like TV show Klaus, was pretty cool. I mean, I don't know. Do people hate him? Do people love him? I think Vampire Diaries Klaus we should probably put down here. Ooh, but then he did kind of. Once Caroline started getting to him, that's when he became better. I, mean, I might put him here. I kind of want to put him here. 'Cause even though he wasn't as likable in the Vampire Diaries the entire time, just as a character, he was so iconic and awesome that like you kind of have to put him there. Yeah, yeah. No, I think that's fair. I think even just using his time in the Vampire Diaries, I think pretty epic. One of the best characters for sure. I think I think with all of these people, I think they would be up here if like personality wise, they were just a little bit better, Because as characters, they'd probably be at the very top of the list. But considering the awful things that they've each done, I think you got, you know. Next up, we've got another original one, Cole. I think he's just okay, honestly. I mean, especially in the Vampire Diaries, he wasn't really there much. Wasn't doing too much as far as I can remember. Um, Even in the originals, he didn't have that big of a role. But I mean, the Vampire Diaries, I think he was okay. I think he was a cool character. He's fun, you know, which is why he's not going to go down here anywhere. But he wasn't really that significant, to be honest. He was just he was okay. Oh, let's see. Oh, part of me wants to put her here. If she was around longer, she would definitely be up here. But I think we put her here just because she wasn't for much at all. But when she was there, she was awesome. I mean, she was top tier. When she was there, she was top tier. But the fact that she was there so little, you have to knock her down at least 2 spots. I'm gonna put her on this level, but I really want to put her at the top level. I mean, she was fantastic. She was so fun, and got Stefan's head out of his ass so many times. And I mean, come on, the finale where that picture was taken, or where that picture came from, was iconic, right? She was fantastic. I wish she was alive for longer. It really sucked that they just died so early. It really did. 'Cause otherwise, she'd be top. She really would. All right, moving on. We've got you. I mean, he sucked. I mean, what was he even there for? Let's be honest. What was his name? Logan? Yeah, Logan, go screw yourself. I mean, I don't really think we need to. I don't think we need to dwell on him. Uh, die. And this guy, honestly, you could probably go here. I guess he was kind of okay, but I mean, like, also, I just didn't really care for him. Ooh, Uncle Lockwood. Um, we're okay. I didn't really hate him too much. Oh, actually, he did fall for Catherine like an idiot, and he died pretty early on. Unless you put him here, I mean, he was okay as a character being introduced. It was nice to see another werewolf coming in early on, but ooh, Matt is gonna. Then should I put him that low? I don't think I put him. I think I'll put him there. But dude, Matt, like, just over. He's just. I don't know. He just irritated me, honestly. Over the course of the entire show, he irritated me. He was always just kind of so annoying, and he somehow survived everything. And I don't know. I feel like a lot of people don't like him, and he was such a big part of the show that I'm not gonna put him at complete bottom. But him and Elena are kind of in the same boat. They just irritated me so much. All right, next we got you. I don't even like. I vaguely remember her, but I know that she's not. She hasn't appeared yet. When my rewatch, she was just okay. I mean, I don't remember her being too much of anything, honestly. Which is part of the reason why I should be putting her here because it's like if you're that forgetful. Moving on swiftly to Michael. Ooh, ooh, I'll put him there. Because I mean, as a person, I mean, we all hated him, but like Loki as a character, he was so good that it's like you can't put him at the bottom because as a character, like like with him and with Matt and with Elena, put them at the top of the tier, right? With them, they're here because you hated them because they're like in terms of a hate level, they're like on par with the bottom, but they're such essential parts of the show you can't really disrespect them like that. So, I mean, I hated him, but I wouldn't have wanted him written out or anything like that. Like I loved his whole like art in it and stuff like that, which is why he's not at the bottom, but he's so low, you know. Right, swiftly moving on to this guy. I mean, let's just put him with his son. I mean, as far as I remember, he was like trying to save his daughter. He's working with Elijah. He wasn't too bad. He was just kind of creepy. There, not too much to say. But I'm already seeing Pearl's the next one. Pearl was okay. Yeah, I think she sucked at first, but really, she just wanted to move on with her daughter and stuff. She was okay, right? She wasn't too great. She wasn't too bad. She was okay. Becca, Rebecca. That is Rebecca, right? It's a weird picture of her. Rebecca. Ooh, where is she? Where does she go? Wasn't epic. She's here or below. Not here. I don't think she's here. I think she's okay. No, I think she's hello, brother. I kind of like Rebecca. You know, she was kind of sassy and not very nice a lot of the time. But I mean, come on, she got the short end of the stick. She had to follow around her brother for like hundreds of years because he was all she had, but he also like treated her so poorly. As a character, she's great. I mean, I don't think I can do her character that much of a service. Um, she was great, and she's not like these three down here, like Elena and Matt and Michael, to where like you hated her character, and every time she was on, she would just irritate you. But she does have the same significance, and she was pretty cool. I didn't hate her that much, not really. She was pretty cool. I liked her. We'll put her there. All right, next we got Rose. Rose, I'm gonna put here. I liked her. I did. I did. I thought. I mean, I kind of want to put her down to You Are Okay, just because she wasn't there for very long at all. But I thought she had a big impact. She was like someone who Damon could actually like be with at a time when he was in love with Elena, but he was still kind of a prick, so he was never gonna get with her, and she was with Stefan. But I thought she was great. I thought she was great for him at the time. I thought she was a great character. Um, Again, like Lexi, I wish she stuck around longer, but when she was there, she was impactful. She was cool. I liked her. I liked her a lot. Next, we got Grams. Grams was great. Grams epic? I think Grams was here. I think if she was again, if she was around longer, I think she'd be higher up. I think she'd be second tier. But because she was around for so little, she was great. I mean, come on, it was great. She was fantastic. Oh, Mama Forbes, this is tough. She was cool and she sucked, and she was cool and she sucked. I think I might have to put her here, honestly. Like just taking into account the entire show. I mean, she was so like, like sometimes she was really great and cool, and other times she just kind of sucked. I'm gonna put her middle of the pack. I don't know why I did that, but I'm gonna put her middle of the pack because yeah, I think that's fair. Just taking into account the entire show. Ooh, next we got Stefan. I'm going up top. I'm going up here. Yep. No questions asked. All right. He was such a king, right? Still hate Elena for breaking his heart and going to his brother. All right. But him and Caroline ended up getting together. I know that was pretty short lived, but I thought they were fantastic. I thought they were both fantastic characters, which is why, as a couple, I didn't really love them together. But because I love their characters so much individually, I could get with it. You know what I'm saying? But no, I mean, Stefan was great from the get go. He was so troubled and had so many issues that he kind of had to deal with, but he was always trying to do the right thing. He was always he put his brother before everything else, before himself. Honestly, the fact that he was even able to be around his brother and Elena was, I mean, top tier. It was just a stud. Seasons 1 through 8, he was just an absolute stud. All right, he's top tier. Top tier. We got Tyler Lockwood. We're gonna keep him down here. He was, I don't know, he was okay. I thought he had potential to be cool and to be up there, but I don't know. He was too like obsessed with Klaus, which I understood. Don't get me wrong. I mean, Klaus, he did deserve to hate Klaus as much as he did, but it was like, man, that's kind of his only personality trait was hating Klaus. You know what I'm saying? Like over time, it was just like, come on. I don't know. He was just he. I think he had more potential than this, but didn't love him. And Vicky was okay. I mean, Vicky was such a big part of season 1. I didn't really like her that much. I thought, I mean, I liked Jeremy more with Anna and with Bonnie and stuff, you know? And I don't know, I think she was okay. I didn't necessarily hate her. She was just okay. I mean, I don't think she was anywhere up here. I don't think she was necessarily locked in a tombstone because she didn't irritate me or anything like that, but she's just okay. All right, I think that's gonna about do it. I mean, I know I've got 3 left over here. I don't really remember them too much. I think that's Bonnie's mom. Um, is that? No, that's not Leslie. No. No, yeah, these 3 characters. I mean, I honestly, it's been a while since I've watched the later seasons. I just don't remember them, so I'm not even gonna rank them because whatever, right? And I think I like the list the way that we've got it. All right, top of the list. I mean, come on, these 3, fantastic, deserved better, always. Um, these 4, incredible characters, you know, top tier characters, but they can't exactly be at the top when they've done some pretty horrible things over the course of their lives, over the course of the show. This tier is filled with people like, like Rams, like Rose, like Lexi, who deserve to be higher, but just weren't around long enough to be there. But I think that's pretty solid. Pretty solid tier. You're okay. Haley would be much higher if she was there, if we were taking into account the originals, but we're not. This is just Vampire Diaries, which is why she's just okay. I think everyone else looks pretty good. Back in the Tombstone, yeah, screw everyone here and screw everyone here. Yeah, pretty happy with that list, actually. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. If you would change anything, if I've said something blasphemous, if I was on point, anything like that. Make sure to like, subscribe, and yeah, catch you in the next one.